So not everything about paranormal is bad. There are also good instances where
It
makes you
is.
want to question life after death. And there what is it like after death? What is it there?
Welcome back to my podcast channel, Something You Wanna Know. Firstly, I would like to thank you guys for showing so much of love for my previous videos. Thank you so much and really appreciate it. Well, before I start, I would like to make one thing quite clear to all my 1 million subscribers that SYWK, I mean Something You Wanna Know, is not a podcast related only to paranormal or ghost stories. You know, SYWK is a podcast where I invite guests to share their experiences, and it can be on any topic. So if you or any one of your friend would like to share anything, please don't forget to DM me on Instagram. I will leave my account details in the description below. Anyways, too much of the intro part. Let me tell you something about today's episode. Positive side of a paranormal activity. Yes, there is a positive side as well. Trust me. My guest is going to share a very personal and emotional incident of his life which completely moved me. So stay tuned, and here's welcoming my guest, Royston Rodriguez.
Hey, what's up, Desmond? Thanks for having me. It's an honor to be here, man, and a very interesting subject to talk about.
Yes.
So very happy to be a part of this podcast. When my dad passed away in 2019 July, right? Then my mom. So basically, my mom has been a housewife, okay, and she's always been at home. My dad was working and then he retired, so she's always been a dependent on him and all of that, and she's always been at home. So whenever she went out or whatever, my dad used to take us out or drive us. So that was her exposure to the outside, my dad. So when my dad passed away in 2019 July, she was heartbroken. Obviously, she was like a only partner for so many years, 37 years of marriage, and now he's not there. So she took really bad, and she was not really recovering from that shock, and she had a slight paralysis stroke on the right. So her movements were compromised, so she was not very mobile. And so then, and she was overweight, so we had to find a maid. So me and my sister, we tried to motivate her as much as possible, got a physiotherapist to, because then she was completely giving up, and then she started walking in the month of September. She started walking last year. She started moving more than what she would move, and the physiotherapy was really doing good until we got to know that she had a blockage. So she had to put a pacemaker. So we did an operation for the pacemaker. After that, her health deteriorated completely. She just wouldn't, she kind of gave up, and she would keep talking about my dad and crying for him even 6 months down the line. And it's completely justified, especially when you've not really worked, your only world is your husband, you know what I mean? So we tried to basically motivate her and try and give her the best, but she just wouldn't come out of that. And so then she went and stayed with my sister for some time, and it became very difficult because I went and spent time with her for 1 week because my sister wanted to go to Goa and she had some work, so I had to go there and be there for 1 week. So from Dubai I went last October and I spent 1 week with my mom. The physiotherapy would come every day and she would try to do half an hour exercise and then full day on the bed. She was very stubborn and she would keep crying for my dad. So it became very taxing. Then finally she says, I want to go back to my house where, and stay there. So we told her there's nobody there in the house. So how can you go there? You need to have a caretaker with you 24/7, which is not safe because my sister stays in Thane, right? And my house is in Chembur. So she wanted to go to a house when she wanted to go to a house. She wanted to go to a house, so we told her you can't do that. She's like, no, I want to go. Then finally we took her in December 2019. We took her home to Chembur, and then my aunt came down from abroad and stayed with her for 1 month, full January. So she was happy, but there was a caretaker 24/7. So my mother would be taken care of by the caretaker, everything, and sponge, food, everything was taken care of. And then in the month of February, my aunt had to return back to her country, which is she's currently staying in Thailand. So she had to go back there. So my sister told my mom, now you come back to Thane because I cannot relocate to Thane, to Chembur, because I have kids and their school is in Thane, everything is there. My mom said, no, I do not want to go to Thane. I want to stay in this house. My sister and I spoke to my mom. I said, it's not possible. You can't stay here. And she said, no, then I want to go to this place in Uttan. Uttan, there's this place for senior citizen homes. I want to go there because my mom has an older sister who's there. because she's a spinster, so she's staying in the senior home, and she's very happy, very, very happy. She used to stay with us back in the day, but now she's there after my dad passed away. So my mom said, I want to go there. More than that, we were bothered about when you already have your own house, when you have children who are willing to take care of you, why do you want to go? And she's like, no, I want to go there means I want to go there. So then we said, okay, fine. We took her there. We took her there in February, and then she started giving that people a lot of trouble, and she would call out and she would disturb her roommates and saying that her husband is come. Okay, husband is coming, I want to go back to chamber. Now she wants to come back home. So then I said, yeah, this, it's becoming too much. So then we tried to put sense into her. All that happened, and we reached March. Now March is when the lockdown started. Okay, March is when the lockdown started, and she's like, I want to go back to Chembur. So then we told her, you cannot, because the world is under lockdown, Mumbai is under lockdown. You can't, no one can enter the senior home, no one can exit the senior home. So we can't send you, mommy, just watch the news. See, she's like, no, y'all are lying to me, I want to go back. We're like, no. Then they even showed her the newspaper articles, whatever was there. Still she was not willing to believe it. Then she's like, no. Then after she told the caretakers that her husband is coming, she has to go back, he's coming, otherwise he's coming to take her. And then I spoke to her after Easter Monday or something. I spoke to her, and she was just not talking to me. She was just in her own trip. Like, I was talking to her, I was asking her questions like, what is the problem? I mean, the lockdown is there, all that is there. Please understand, when it stops, we will get you back. We'll find some help, some way. Because at the end, it's her own house. She wants to come back. You know how it is. We can't say no to that. She wasn't responding to me. She was like, okay. Anything I asked her, she was like, yeah, okay, fine. I said, I'm asking you something, but no response. 1 week later, it was Sunday, April 19th, she passed away. Which was 4 months back. So, of course, we were all shocked and all that. And then I spoke to the caretaker. I even have her WhatsApp messages. And she told me that, mommy was missing daddy too much. Too much means too much, that she made our lives hell, and she would keep saying that daddy's coming to take her and all. But yesterday, this is what's the interesting part is, this is the reason why I want to talk about this. She said the day before she passed away, she told the caretaker that, listen, my husband is coming tomorrow and I'm going. So the caretaker just ignored it like a routine, she was just saying the same, just ignored it. The day she passed away, in the morning, she woke up at 8 o'clock, 8:30. She had a breakfast. She was very obedient. She was absolutely fine. She went and spoke to everyone and told them that my husband is come. And I'm going. Bye. She said these words. And she went to her room. She had milk. They give them milk at 10:30 or 11. She had the glass of milk and she went. So that was freaking scary in a good way, because for me, I felt dad really resonated and came, because she was so confident about it. So when I spoke to the caretaker, she very clearly told me one thing and one thing only. She said, when your mom told me yesterday that daddy's coming, she sounded like a brand new person, fully re-energized. Her words were very clear. She had energy in her. She sounded like she was a fit person. And she told her, Tina, tomorrow Godfrey is coming, I'm going. And in the morning, she apparently told the other people, the other people over there that, my husband has come. I'm going. He's come to take me. And she goes to her room and she passes away. So that was a huge revelation for me, the way it happened. And when I heard it from the caretaker's mouth, it was even more heartfelt, because then I realized that maybe, she just could not do without him. They say, when you really want something too much, nothing in the world can stop you from getting it.
Yeah.
Om Shanti Om का बहुत famous dialogue भी है.
हाँ, वो कायनात
something. Dialogue. Kainat, yeah, puri kainat. So I feel just that she just fretted for him and she called for him so much. Finally, he must have said, you know what? Let me just come and take you. You're not going to make it without me. So yeah, I think So that's one very interesting. So not everything about paranormal is bad. There are also good instances where makes you want to question life after death, and what is it like after death? What is it there? Which is
this is really beautiful, man. Whatever you told, hats off and respect to you as well. And
it was something which was and for me to sit down here and to absorb. And when someone tells it to you from a third person perspective, the lady of the home, caretaker, she said it to me with such confidence. She's saying, Roy, I can't tell you, the lady was a different human being the night before. After all the tantrum she had given us, she was a new human being. Maybe Dad had already come by that time.
Yeah.
Correct.
Correct.
You know, some couples are, you can't separate them. You know, love is inseparable sometimes, no matter what. So yeah, so that was the beauty of it. But yeah, overall, always an interesting topic to talk about. Yeah, I mean, because I'm a big believer of you know, life after death, and is there a life after death?
Beautiful. Shit, I actually tears were there in my eyes, you know, when you were telling me the story. I am really touched with your story.
Yeah, it's a very touching story even for me, and that's why I like narrating it to people, to believe that sometimes love is so strong and it's just inseparable. Nothing in the world, death even cannot separate some souls. If you really want something and you cry for it so much day in and day out, because there was no way she was going to adjust to the other world without him.
And maybe your mom wanted to go to your, like, the chamber house because maybe some memories are there or something like that, you know.
We thought that maybe she wanted to go because she wanted to pass in the chamber house. You know, sometimes you want to pass in your own bed.
Correct.
You know, but I think there was more to it with Dad's presence. But anyway, it was beautiful. I'm very happy she's in a better place now. That's what I like to believe.
She is, man.
She definitely is. So,
and she's always blessing you all.
Oh yeah, so that's one of my first things to do when I go to Mumbai. I go and visit my mother's grave because I saw a funeral on Facebook Live, which is very depressing. So,
This was the lockdown effects, which was quite bad for everyone. Yeah,
very sad. Thank you for this opportunity, Desmond. It was fantastic coming here and getting a chance to talk for a good amount of time.
We spoke for exactly 2 hours 24 minutes and counting. Correct. 30 seconds.
Awesome.
Well, I hope you enjoyed Royston's story, and if you did, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. It will really help me grow and get some more amazing, interesting conversation for you guys. Thank you, Royston, and thank you everyone. God bless and peace out.